Hello everyone, welcome to this last session of Zentangle Tile on Tile. Hope you enjoyed the series. Thank you for all your comments, feedback. And today we will be drawing yet another project. And what I'm going to do is use this post-it as a stencil and then again draw some square tiles. But what we are going to do is draw some colored tiles today. Yeah, so I'm going to add color to the background today, and then we are going to draw a couple of tiles as usual as we do. Today's string you can draw the way you wish to. Please arrange these square tiles the way you want. There is no hard and fast rule how. Just ensuring that I leave a little space in the center as I draw the tiles. Not much, but yes, a little. And that space I intend to basically color black. Yes, so again I'm going to add the last one here. Yes, so there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 tiles that we got to draw today. So probably this session will be split into 3 parts because it gets so long, but never mind. We are going to draw at our own pace, no hurry. Yeah. So the first one, again I'm going to start with the border and I'm going to keep this overlap. So you might want to remove this line. Yes, so taking one at a time, and then I'm going to keep this overlap. So I'm going to remove this. Yes, so I think a small part of the tile will show here like that. So I'm going to add a slight border there. Yes, you can also add a thicker border if you wish to. And then we go on to the second one. So again, depends on which part of the overlap you want to keep. Yes, so if you want to keep this tile going over, so you will extend this and then add the border. So it's entirely up to you which overlap do you want to keep and which one do you want to, which tile you want to hide and which one you want to show. Yeah, so again I will just keep this one and delete this part of the line. Yeah, so I hope you have understood what exercise I'm doing. I am just adding a border to each of the tiles. You can also add a little rounding to the edges if you think it is very crude, and we can do that while we pen. Yes, and then again I'm going to remove this part and add a border. Take your time. So couple of tiles that we are going to be drawing today. We have done all. Now what I'm going to do is, first thing, let's pen it, and then we are going to add a background color. Yes, so first I'm going to pen what we have drawn. So while I'm penning, I'm adding a slight curve to the edges. I'm penning the border also. So that's the first thing I'm going to do for all the tiles. Going to the second, again going to pen the tile outside and the inside border. Take your time, slowly do that exercise for all. Get rid of the unwanted lines so that there is no confusion. Yes, so once you are done with the inking, the next step is use some nice and bright colors to add a background to these tiles. Yes, so I'm starting with some yellow. You can also choose the tile colors that Zentangle headquarters offers. So you may color a tile tan, you can color black, you can color gray. Yes, so that option is also there. I'm using my brush pens to add a nice background color to the tiles. Choose whatever color you like. Try to keep it soft pastels so that your tangling is prominent enough. You can also use your watercolor panel if you want to add the color differently. Yes, so that was yellow. Now I'm going to use some bit of green. Have fun with some coloring today. Take your time. Yes. So what I'm doing with square tiles, you can also draw zendalas. So these are, again, as I keep mentioning, ideas which you can take ahead, explore more. So that is green. So choose whatever color you feel like. I'm going to add some pink, light pink. Basically choosing very light pastel shades so that my tangling is prominent enough, and at the same time I get a nice colored background other than white. Yes, so choose whatever colors you feel like. I'm going to do that exercise for all of my tiles. So I'm now on the last one, adding some nice and bright yellow here. Some fun coloring here. You can either color it the way I'm doing it, or you can always sprinkle, add flashes of color with your color panel. Just wet the tiles and then just use your color panel or your watercolor pencil, whichever way you like it. Just add a dash of color to the background. That's what I'm doing here. And then we shall do one more exercise before we start to tangle. Yes, and that is, I will use my black and just color the rest of the sections black. Brush pen and color the remaining sections black, like this. Yeah, so you can already see the drama that it adds instantly to your piece. Yes, just be careful that you don't enter the tiles, so give it that time and slowly do that exercise. The in-between space you can either tangle there. Probably I will first add black and then we can add some tangle inside to add some bit of mystic feeling there. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and do this exercise. So I'm done with adding my black background, and some of the background also jumped onto my some of the tiles, but that's okay, no worry. Let's start to tangle. Yes, so I'm going to start with a tangle called Crescent Moon, but this version is going to be growing on stems. So probably we'll start with black only. So let's start with these nice mochas, long ones like these, and then I'm going to add some more like these, not really thinking how, where, just going random. Add one more here. Take your time the way you wish to. If you want, you can add one more or you can get one from the other side. Let's see. Let's add one more like this. Yeah. And once we are done with that, I'm going to add some moons. Like these. And then I'm going to add some auras, one at a time, one to each, like this. And then do some bit of weaving as the auras start to intersect. And then probably just finish out the auras like this. Yes, so that was one. The other side, probably we will add some more mukas. Let us first add these moons on the inside of each of these mukas, long muka stems that we have drawn. Yes, in exactly the same fashion. And then start to add auras. What you can also do is add moons on both sides. Yes, just have fun. Do it the way you wish to. Again, adding the first aura. So let's add some moons here also. Like this. Yes. And then first let us add more auras. The second layer, coming on to the third. And I think that much is enough. So the other side, not much spaces there, but whatever spaces we have, just go with that. Take your time, have fun. One to each, second one, third one, and then probably you can just extend it something like this. Again, you can extend it here like this. You can add some bit of rounding, some bit of weight to the mocha heads. Add one more here, something like this. Yes, so there are two mochas with these moons. I'm moving on to the third. We'll add moons on both sides and then add auras. Yes, and continue in the same fashion. Kind of coordinating the moons on both sides. Take your time, slowly do that exercise. Yes, some bit of rounding and some weight here. And then again, go ahead and add the auras. Take your time. Yes, so I'm going to continue like this. Add some more moons, some more auras, depending on whatever spaces I have. So the second layer, Almost looks like a centipede to me. Yeah? So continue, have fun. Now if you want to break it here, you can just add some of these auras like this, and probably you can add one more layer here and then break it here like this. Yeah, so I'll do that for these two mochas also. You draw at your own pace, take your time. I'm using my black pen here since I have a watercolor base. I thought this would work better. Yes. So we are done with drawing our first tile. The rest of the space you can just add some simple orbs, tipple, black pearls, caviars, whatever you feel like. I'm just adding some simple orbs and going to close this tile and move on to next. Yeah, keeping it simple. We have couple of them to draw. Some orbs here and there. Yes, so that's the first one. Let us now move on to the second tile. So let us now start with our second tile. So I'm going to start with a tangle called Moon Pie here. So start with moon. Then I'm going to add some auras. So I've added two auras and then a thicker aura. And then I'm going to add Knight's Bridge. Yes. And then add another aura. And then add some orbs. Like this. And then I'm going to add another aura. And then another aura. Yes, I'm going to extend it till about half of the tile. Yes, in this section, choose any tangle that you feel like. I'm adding Duda. So lines coming from both sides. Yes, I hope it's clear enough, or maybe I will zoom in a little. Yeah. So that's the tangle Duda. Take your time slowly. So again, we'll create one more section. The width is not important. You can keep it equal. You can keep it different. So this is a tangle called echoism. Something like cursive S. Looks like a chain. Yes. And I'm going to add one more aura, double line. And then probably you can add something like Shattuck. Choose whatever tangles you feel like. As I keep saying, you can use the idea. This kind of arrangement on a tile is also called plates, which goes to about half of the tile. Yes, take your time, slowly. Adding Shattuck now. Just change the direction of the lines. They are almost at right angles to each other, but I have added a slight curve to the lines. Then going to add one more aura. right? You can add floors, you can add bales, anything you wish to. So let us add bales like this, aura, curved auras on all the sides. Take your time. If you want, you can squeeze in an orb inside, something like this, and ink the rest of the space as big as you want to. Yes. And then probably use the O1 and ink the rest of the space. There are so many pens here, so I'm getting lost. Yeah. So I'll just quickly ink this in between space. Yeah.